Today, I am looking at the AKG p120, which is a studio condenser microphone with a medium-sized diaphragm, and it'll cost you around $85 US. In the box, you'll get the mic and the clip. No pouch, nothing else to keep it in. You'll just have to keep it in the cardboard box it comes in if you need some way of storing it. It has a fixed cardioid polar pattern, which means it just picks up around the front and you can't change it. It has a frequency response from 20 Hz up to 20 kilohertz, which is pretty much just the range of human hearing. Its max SPL is 130 decibels, which, just to give it some context, is using a jackhammer. That's about 130 decibels. And it has an attenuation switch on here, which if you engage that, it's minus 20 dB, which is 150 dB, which I read on a website will actually rupture your eardrum. So if you're miking something that's 150 dB, maybe use ear protection. I'm going to do some sound tests with this. I'm going to do a couple of different vocal sounds. I'm going to do a big improvised belt sound as well as a smaller, gentler improvised sound. And then I'm going to play one of my songs so you can just get a sense for what it sounds like. I'm going to play the acoustic guitar and sing the song. I'll show you both of those separately and then I'll mix it down at the end. As always, with all of my reviews, there is no auto-tune post-processing, none of that kind of thing happening until we get to the mix down stage where I'll add just a little bit of reverb, compression, and EQ. All right, let's jump into the sound tests. So I know the song I just played was really strummy, so I'll just give you an example of what it sounds like with some finger picking. Here we go. He'd say, "Isn't it good? Aren't we the lucky ones living in a place like this? Come on, kids, we've got an open highway with nothing stopping us. On and on we'll be driving along, singing about September in the middle of December. In the middle of December." So I just did the mix down, added a bit of compression, EQ, and reverb, and this is what it sounds like. He'd say, "Isn't it good? Aren't we the lucky ones living in a place like this? Come on, kids, we've got an open highway with nothing stopping us. On and on we'll be driving along, singing about September in the middle of December. In the middle of December." So for its price point, this thing sounds pretty good on the vocals. I really quite liked the sound of it on the voice, especially if you just get a little bit closer to it and use that proximity effect to get a bit more kind of body and bass. On the acoustic guitar, I didn't love the sound of it. It possibly could be to do with placement. You could probably play around with placement just to kind of get that bit more body, but I don't feel like it really complemented the guitar, miking it at that, like, the typical 12th fret position. This is also going to be dependent on the type of guitar you use. The type of guitars I use tend to have that little bit more mid kind of body to it. So if you have a guitar that's kind of got a bit more low frequency, that might actually work really well on your guitar. I also noticed that this microphone has a body resonance in the actual microphone itself. If I tap the stand, you can hear that there's a frequency that's in there that's kind of around the 730 hertz range. Now that actually might complement what you're doing. It might detract from what you're doing. I just noticed that it was there, and it's something that you might also like to think about. I'm actually really keen to shoot this one out against the AT2020, which I did a review about as well. And I want to hear what they sound like together. So in my next video, I'm going to shoot out this one and the AT2020 and just see the differences between them. Because this mic might work better on someone else's voice than the AT2020. Microphones, they capture sound, but they capture it in a very specific way. So it's going to sound different depending on who's singing into it. There you go. If you like the sound of this microphone, you can check it out in the description below. I've got some affiliate links, and that just helps support my channel. If you want to check out the song that I was singing, it's called Middle of December, and there is a link to the full version of that in the description below. If you got some value out of this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to my channel, and please comment which microphones you would like me to try out next. I'll catch you on the next one.